Joining us now to discuss the election is Marc Lotter, the Director of Strategic Communications for the 2020 Trump campaign. So, Marc, we just heard there Justin Amash and his real strategy for why he thinks that he has a shot as being a third-party candidate in the 2020 election. But does him being on the ticket negatively affect the Trump campaign, or do you think it's actually an advantage that'll hurt the Biden campaign?
Well, I think it clearly will hurt the Biden campaign. I mean, let's remember, first off, President Trump has a record approval among Republicans, 90, 95, 98%, depending on the poll that you look at. And meanwhile, look at what Joe Biden has done since he has presumptively secured the nomination. He has run off to the liberal, progressive, extreme left of his party, trying to capture the Bernie Sanders and AOC wing. And in doing so, he has actually abandoned many folks in the middle. Now, I know a lot of many folks in the middle, maybe moderate Democrats, are already planning to vote for the president because they like the economic results. They see he's actually fighting for their jobs. But for those who can't quite get there, maybe it is a Justin Amash. But I'm not worried about Justin Amash taking votes away from President Trump. He's got the Republican Party right where he wants it.
And you bring up something there that I think is important, is the idea that behind President Trump, at least within the Republican base, there's a lot of enthusiasm there. You bring up the high approval ratings within the Republican Party. This morning, Morning Consult came out with a poll in which they said 1 in 4 Democrats say that they're happy to replace Joe Biden as the nominee amid the Tara Reade allegations. So that speaks to the idea that even the Democratic base isn't necessarily overwhelmingly on board with his nomination. Do you think that that will hurt his turnout and therefore help the Trump campaign come November?
Well, we've seen a lot of this here, and not just this poll that you're referencing, but also in other polls. There is an overwhelming lack of enthusiasm for Joe Biden. There are a lot of people that are not happy that he is their nominee, whether it's because they supported Bernie Sanders or because they want someone who is younger and more energetic to go up against Donald Trump. But there is definitely a large portion of the Democrat Party that's not excited by Joe Biden. They're actually looking forward to seeing who he's going to pick as their nominee. And look, let's be honest, people don't vote for the bottom of the ticket. They vote for the person at the top of the ticket. And if they're that disappointed in Joe Biden that they're looking for a vice president, it spells disaster for them in November.
And that comes as Joe Biden just said earlier this week, or over the weekend, I believe, that he wants to be almost more of a vessel for the Democratic Party. He said that he hopes that his nomination could be something that get the Pete Buttigieg's of the world back into government. And I think that's very telling because even before he entered the race, we heard rumors that Joe Biden said that he only wanted to be a one-and-done type of candidate, someone who gets President Trump out of office. And I don't think that that is something that a lot of American voters necessarily want to support. It's much easier to vote for something than necessarily against something, which is what Joe Biden is really offering right now. And a big part of this to me, too, comes back to the media. He has his allies in the media who are, of course, going to help him throughout the entire way. And we brought up that CNN cease and desist article as well, where they are saying that they don't want to run that Trump campaign ad, that they even want to prevent it from being issued at all. How does the Trump campaign overcome the hurdles of the media bias right now?
Well, luckily, we're not worried about CNN. I mean,
Yeah.
my goodness, our online programming every night of the week gets higher ratings than most of the shows that are on CNN, and it just shows you that CNN is the crown, the king of fake news. That they want their version of the truth to be the only version, and as soon as anyone else shows some cracks in their narrative, they will try to stop you. It's not going to stop us, obviously. We're going to make sure that the people know the truth. And the fact is that Dr. Sanjay Gupta, a CNN contributor, and a lot of people, including Dr. Fauci, credit the president's leadership from making the coronavirus even worse.
And a big thing that is going to come up in the next couple of weeks, if not months, is the success of the Trump campaign's digital team, too. I say it on this show all the time, but what you guys are doing over there is way above what the Biden campaign is putting out there right now. Even their live streams, the first one that I saw, the New York Times wrote an article about it, saying it only got about 8,000 live viewers at one time, which is peanuts compared to what the Trump campaign is able to do right now. You guys were successful in doing that in 2016, and in this digital age, it's only going to be that much more important. We're going to hear a lot more about that over the next couple of weeks, mark my words. Marc Lotter, I really appreciate you coming on tonight and talking about this issue. Thank you.